Boys, what's going on? Legion Nudie here playing more RuneScape Dragonwilds. Welcome to our Daily Gaming XP Grind, episode 107. And we're going to be working on rune crafting as we stated before. So we've emptied out our rune pouch and we're sort of just going to be making runes. So we're going to make a lot of water runes right now as we think that those are going to be important in Fellhallow for water spells and sitting at level 48 in range. Just basically been killing a lot of sheep and ram. I've got a lot of lodestones out there. So I sort of teleport in and then jump around until I find little herds of them. So it's allowing me to get quite fast range XP. I could have already been level 50, I assure you. But I've sort of tried to maintain not really doing behind the scenes work. Just because obviously I'm trying to slow the progress a little bit. Because spending too much time obviously is going to make it so I'm just sort of there, and everything that I'm trying to accomplish is going to come so fast. And I've got quite a while before Valhalla comes to the game, and I really don't think there's going to be a significant updates before Valhalla, so I don't sort of want to burn myself out on it. Obviously, I'm having an incredible fun time with the game. I don't really think I could burn myself out, but I'm not spending about 10 hours sometimes. I mean, when game first came out, I was putting in about 10 hours a day, if not more, whenever I could in between going to work. So I've got to sort of really think about that and how much time I'm, putting into the game. And but yes, obviously Fellhallow's coming eventually, so I want to sort of space things out a little bit. And as I stated before, I like to get my levels in range on sort of these episodes because I don't get to level up that often. Everything's sort of like stacked up XP. So got quite a bit of water runes here. And it's important when you're making runes, I'm sure you've already learned, put a gap between you clicking on the craft button, because what happens is it just won't do it. It just won't craft it, and you're sort of wasting time. It would be nice if there was sort of a craft all button, but I don't really think that they think someone's going to be making, 15,000 lore runes at once. So I think it sort of makes it so you have to put a little bit more time into it, which I really don't think that's a bad thing. I think ultimately you probably, like realistically, would only be able to make so many of these at once anyway, so you don't want to make it too crazy. But we're probably going to have to make more chests to hold runes. I don't think we really have enough room. We've sort of filled up all of our rune chests, which is actually quite a bit. It's a lot. So we're going to have to go get more blight wood, basically, I think. But it's not something we're going to be really doing right now. We have a bunch of empty chests that we actually had our dirty water in, so we're just going to probably use those chests. And then at some point, I guess, move those chests. I'm not sure. I really don't feel like moving the runes again. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I think we're going to get quite a bit of rune crafting XP here. I think I was sitting at 879,000 XP, something like that. So I'm guaranteeing that we're going to be in the 900,000 range. And then we're just 100,000 XP away from a million rune crafting XP, which I think is going to be quite an accomplishment. So we're really excited about hitting that. But we're also not in the most crazy hurry to do that, because what happens is we really only have combat styles and cooking to work on. And I think that that's a little bit tricky. We really don't want to sort of do that. I think we have to sort of keep it interesting inside these episodes and sort of not really go crazy, too crazy anyway. So with basically just having, 3-4 things we can really level up. So that's sort of why we've spaced out rune crafting. But we're going to be putting a significant time into killing sheep and ram, I'm pretty sure. And ultimately what that's going to look like is an incredible amount of resources from them. Animal bones, hides that I don't think I'll ever use. If I wanted to level up Artisan more, I could turn all those hides into items. But ultimately, 4,100,000 XP in Artisan, I think, is plenty. I don't really think I ever have to worry about that. Not reaching level 99. But in the event that I did, I'm going to have enough stuff banked to where I could get to where I need to get if it's not enough. but I'm rather certain that I'm doing just fine. And in the event that potentially they did some sort of, I suppose, XP wipe, which is something that they talked about, saying that it would not happen unless there was no other way. And the only real reason I could see that happening is when Felhallow comes to the game, it sort of messes things up. But I think our game's actually saved to our computer. I don't think that's going to happen. It would upset a lot of people because ultimately they're sort of introducing the skills into the game really slowly. So who's to say it wouldn't happen again later at some point in the game? I think a lot of people would just stop playing the game. It doesn't make sense for us to have to keep obtaining these levels over and over again. I think it would really hurt them, and I think they know that. Especially every time there's an update, which is going to be in 2026. I think it's going to be every 3 months. So then potentially every time a new update comes out, you're going to reset our XP. Or if it just happened one time and not the other times, it doesn't really make sense. But in the event, worst case scenario, that it does reset the XP. Am I worried? Obviously, extremely worried. But at the same time, I'm going to have so many resources sort of stacked that I could get back a lot of the skills that I've lost with XP and then basically just get back not quite to the XP that I was, but somewhere near that amount. Obviously, it wouldn't be where I'd want to be. I'd feel completely cheated with the whole entire thing. But at the same time, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. And obviously, it would be incredibly horrible. So let's go ahead and grab our runes back that we had in there initially. I don't think we have enough lore runes. And I really, what happens is I sort of kill things a lot. And I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory. And as I teleport, the more weight you have, the more runes it's going to cost. So I really want to make sure that I've got enough runes to get me out of here. That actually happened the other day where I just ran out of law runes, and that really was unfortunate. I figured it out rather fast, but it was not fun to basically be told you can't teleport right now, and it was sort of startling me a little bit because I haven't really had something like that happen since I was basically working on construction and I went to build something with the sort of thing that allows you to see from the sky, and it told me I didn't have enough runes. So at that time, I was really working hard on gathering lots of runes for that. But I'm also really excited because by the time I'm all done with rune crafting, I should have a lot of essence left over. And then at that point, I can save runes for new runes that are going to be coming to the game. So I'll have essence that basically can just sort of get me where I want to be and experience new content as it comes to the game, which is really exciting. So hopefully they come out with some sort of update between Felhallow. That's going to be exciting. Obviously, I don't necessarily think that we absolutely have to have that. Did I get poisoned? What? I got killed. I was trying to sort of see who shot me, and I couldn't find them. But a Garu hunter apparently killed me because it let me know. It said, hey, you've been killed by a Garu hunter. So that's sort of how that happened. But that's okay. We're not that worried about it. And that just goes to show you, one, it's dark out here. I don't like to basically hunt out here in the dark. And I guess we really didn't sort of mention what we're doing, but we're probably going to level up range again because I feel like doing all the rune crafting didn't quite fill the episode, so I want to make sure we're going to get enough completed. So let's go ahead and get a ward stone here because I don't really want to get too shot again. Not being able to see the creature who killed me especially, so let's go ahead and go to sleep. All right, let's get back at it. I'm not even sure how many of these I'm going to have to kill to level up. I didn't even really look at the XP bar, but I don't think it should be too difficult. Probably maybe like 70 or so, maybe not, maybe. Let's go ahead and find out. Let's look. So we're actually not that far, but it is going to take a significant amount of these, so it's not the end of the world though. We actually really enjoy killing these. Maybe we'll run into a dire wolf again, and those give quite a bit of XP, so that would actually be quite nice. Our inventory is going to get full here really soon, so these also spawned over here. But if you guys are looking for fast range XP, this is going to be it right here. I just don't think it gets any better because they spawn in such large amounts, so it's going to be really fast XP, whether you're working on melee or magic or range, but I really prefer range. I feel like it's so fast. But obviously, if you're not level 50, this could work for you, but there's going to be a lot of running around involved unless you've got lodestones placed all over the place out here, which I do, so it works for me. And I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to actually have all these placed out here. Um, anyways, so if you haven't already done it, it might benefit you a little bit to do that. Our crossbow's about to break, so we're actually going to have to go back and fix it. Maybe we can kill this hunter before we go back. That will give us a little bit more range XP. I got shot. I completely forgot to block. Hopefully we did it, and we did. So we'll go back to our base and sort of mess up our chests again, because this is a constant thing that reoccurs with all these items that we're getting out here. So let's see. I think it just requires a blurite bar to fix my crossbow. Let's take a look. It's taking a little bit longer, really, to actually level up the range than I thought. But we're going to stay focused and we're going to get it done. So let's head back out. And hopefully we can find a large group of sheep and ram. Let's see. It would be nice to get this level, but maybe time constraints might not allow it in this particular episode. We've got lots of sheep and ram out here sort of forming, so maybe let's head this way and see if we can't working on it. There we go. Oh, more over here too, so this is quite nice. Lots of XP to be had. That ram's going to bash into me, that's okay. We're not really that worried about it. We'll go ahead and attract them all over here and just sort of pull them to me. Hopefully we're not back into a Garu ward. That's actually not his name. I'm trying to think what it's called. He's basically the really powerful Garu guy with the shield. I can't really think of his name right now, but he's really good XP actually. And I never really used to like fighting them because they ultimately destroy me. But now with range in the game, I don't really mind fighting him. I sort of just walk backwards and fight him, and I pretty much do pretty good. So we're actually getting this XP a lot faster than I thought we would. So it really shouldn't be that much trouble at all. Let's go ahead and get this ram really quick. And we accidentally killed that sheep. He ran right into our bullet. So that worked out quite nice. Or a bolt, not a bullet, but same difference, I suppose. And look at all the wolves out here. There's 3 of them. So we've just basically aggroed them. Try to get the 3rd one, even though that probably wasn't really that smart to basically attract 3 at once. But I think we can handle it. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. And they're giving quite a bit of XP, and then they're also going to give important drops as well. So that was quite nice. Let's see. Maybe I can kill this tree from here. That's such a long range to basically wait to finish the kill, but they give quite a bit of XP, so they give a lot of XP actually. So these are also really good XP as well. And he can't get me from here, I don't think, so it's actually quite nice. There we go. So he's down for the count. Alright, let's get back to the sheep and ram. There's quite a bit out here, and then we've got a little hunting party, so we definitely want to avoid them. Now that they split up though, we might be able to get the berserker. He's going to give quite a bit of XP, so maybe we could know, but the shaman's coming right behind him, so maybe we don't want to deal with that. It's probably not the best idea. So let's go ahead and kill this other ram here. So many resources all over the ground. We'll be back to pick up any that we actually aren't able to fit in our inventory. It's not really a big deal. Sheep and ram everywhere. I think we might be able to get that sheep, and then there's another one unless he gets sort of spooked off, missing all of our shots. Got him. There we go. So they don't give a bunch of XP, but because there's so many of them, it turns into a lot of XP, really, in mass quantities. And there's just so many resources that we've left from other times we've been out here. So many. Let's go up here. I think there's quite a bit that we can actually get to here. So let's go ahead and do this. And try to get this level really quick. So that way we get the next level, pretty much. Alright. So those are all done, and there's another wolf over here. It seems like there's so many more wolves out here now than it ever used to be. I really think that happened with the update. And there's also dire wolves out here a lot more than there used to be. I haven't really ran into one recently, but I never really used to run into them out here, like, at all. And I've already fought like 2 or 3 since the update, so I think they really did add that. So, let's see. Bunch of ram that we can kill, and there he is right there. So he's ultimately going to be our level up right there. We just got to make sure we don't back up into other bad guys that are going to annihilate us. But ultimately, you just got to sort of jump, and it mostly protects you, and you should be fine. I don't know if this will actually give us our level. I thought it would. Maybe not. But you don't want to get hit by this guy. It's ugly. It's really ugly. So he's dead. And I guess we got to go kill some more creatures. I really thought that was going to do it because he gives so much XP when you kill him. So let's go ahead and take a look. What else we can find to kill. There we go. So he's gone. And then we've got a couple more here. Got him. So maybe like a few more creatures and we should actually level up. And then we're going to do an XP update and call it a day. I feel like the episode's running on quite long now. But we're almost there, so it'll be okay. Let's see. Here we go. Probably can get him. Got him. Let's see. Every now and again, I sort of feel like I lag a little bit. It's sort of weird. Interesting how sometimes I just have a really good shot, and then other times my accuracy is just atrocious. It's terrible. Let's see if we can see any sheep and ram out here that we can kill. I don't really see anything. Really. It's been a minute before I've been over here. I don't really see anything that's going to be able to be spawning. Let's see. We've killed them all so many times. I'm not sure where they're going to spawn next. There's one way over there. Maybe I can get him from here without having to go way over there. We got him. It's not enough XP to just kill one. Let's see what we can find. Here's a bunch right here. Got him. Probably going to miss that one. There's 2 more right there. So there we go. We leveled up our range. So level 49 range. What an accomplishment. Exciting. And we've got lots more resources because we've been working on this. So that one I missed. I thought I could get sort of like a crazy shot in right there. So let's go ahead and put our stuff away really quick. Won't take that long. And then we're going to do... Oh, I'm actually clicking on the wrong chest. So let's put all this stuff away and let's do an XP update and then send you guys on your way. So we didn't work on attack, but 316,000 XP, range level 49 with 36,778 XP, wood cutting 1,001,000, construction 2,013,000, rune crafting 908,000. We are 98,000 XP away from 1,000,000 rune crafting XP. What an accomplishment, honestly. And magic 122,000, mining 4,201,000, artisan 4,122,000, and cooking 349,924. So really happy with our progress in the game. Hopefully you guys are enjoying RuneScape Dragonwilds and your adventures all throughout the game. And we're going to keep doing this every single day until Valhalla comes, and then we're going to keep doing it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying our content. Hopefully you're enjoying your experience as well. And until next time, Legion Looter out.